Come on. If I were to say, Ohana means family, and family means Juice is running behind.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show, and don't worry, we're leaving Juice with the neighbors. It's fine.
We're leaving Juice with the neighbors. It's fine. He's being well taken care of. We'll be back in 4 years once we've gotten our degree. AJ killing it with the topical references today.
I think that's all the more we need to do about it, right?
Oh no, we're buffering.
Little blue guy.
We buffered, so I missed all of that. But yes, I'm just going to agree with you.
Just saying that's all we need to talk about.
We're all having technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're just happy we have power because we were without.
Yeah, we had a freak thunderstorm about 3.5 hours ago that lasted maybe 10 minutes that killed our power for close to 3 hours. So that was fun.
Yep.
I'm going to go with not fun.
Oh, not fun. Not fun. And that, of course, is not Juice. Tonight we're being joined once again by our buddy from day one, but Brandon Buckingham. Buck,
Day one. I didn't know I met Buck on the day I was born.
Yeah.
He was there in the delivery room. It was kind of weird.
The delivery room of
having
What
me
the
on.
Show was. Oh, always. You're on the always welcome
The
list.
delivery room of What the Show. I like that.
It's just so funny to go back and watch what I'm not saying this show had a structure because it never does, but the fact that it was just you and AJ just chilling,
like that.
So we actually, from a behind the scenes perspective, when we first started, the first 2 episodes we did, we had the pilot. We actually had a rundown of what we wanted to do. There actually was, AJ and I went through and kind of had sort of a script in place for that. And then we did our second stream, which is the infamous one that is not on our channel. It's on AJ's channel that went all night.
Yeah.
And realized we're better off just going off the cuff. And we'd have a topic sometimes, but it was pretty much sometimes.
I asked you that. Yeah, you're like, topic? We don't have a topic.
Not topics. We don't do topics.
But
There's
what
no
if I had a
topic
stat sheet
for
about
the show.
Frankie Luvu ready?
I
You may.
wouldn't care.
You may have.
That
I
seems like an AJ
wouldn't,
thing
I
to do.
wouldn't be surprised by that, AJ.
Yeah, that does sound like me, actually, now that I put it out loud. Oh, man.
Frankie Luvu, who, for those of you, if you for whatever reason don't know the name, AJ randomly brought him up today. If you watched the Commanders Eagles championship game, the NFC championship game, he's the one who 3 times, I think, jumped over
Was it 4 times?
Was it
was
4?
at least 3.
3. It was 3 because if he did it again after the third time.
Oh, right. They gave him a warning after the 3rd time. That's right. They were like, cut this shit.
Yeah, the ref finally just said, if you do it again, I'm awarding them points.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I think he would have made hero status, What the Show, Hero Hall of Fame without having done the bracket if he would have done it again. I would be like,
I think, AJ brought him up. That was chaotic neutral shit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
To the core,
so
right? Nobody's ever gone straight to the chaotic neutral Hall of Fame. That
it could have been you, Frankie.
As close as you could have gotten.
What an icon, honestly.
Before Juice does get here, we'll go over real quick. We are in the midst of our box office fantasy football draft game right now. There are 4 movies that have come out as it stands right now. It would be Jeremiah Morris picking first with Lilo and Stitch. Went immediately
as it stands
to number 1.
right now. As it stands,
it's gonna
forever.
stand. He's gonna get the number 1 pick.
Oh yeah.
Number 2 at the moment is Benny Hamlin with Thunderbolts. Number 3, it happens to be Justin the Juice with Final Destination's Bloodline.
Yeah,
And picking
geez.
last, and hopefully it stays this way through the remainder of the summer, is me with Mission Impossible. Final
It's not
Reckoning.
staying. That's not staying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yours is gonna make more than mine.
Well, we got Karate Kid Legends coming out this week, and I don't think Karate Kid Legends is going to make what Mission Impossible has already made. So, yeah.
Quick aside though, have you guys gone back and watched the Mission Impossible or the Final Destination movies recently?
No, I have not.
Oh, dude. So I've been going back through them, and I love the first one because it's like Death is a character in the movies, right?
Yeah.
And as a character, he doesn't quite know that you can't be arrested for murder if you're just the manifestation of death. So he like starts covering his tracks and shit. Like the first death in the movie, like there's like the shampoo that spills out in the bathroom. The guy gets like his head wrapped. Yeah, the shower curtain. Afterwards, the shampoo recedes back into the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He's covering his tracks. It's like a Scooby-Doo villain.
I remember that death of the first movie. Like, obviously, there's more gruesome, like, crazy, outlandish deaths. Well, that's pretty outlandish. But that one, like, seems so, like, plausible because, like, we all go to the bathroom multiple times a day. I was like, that's the one that could happen.
Speak for yourself.
And I feel like that's one that, like, freaked me out the most from the first movie. Obviously, as we all know, our millennial lore is not going behind log trucks because Final Destination scarred us all. And then I love that they like played into that with the marketing.
The marketing for Final Destination, this Final Destination was fucking genius. Like I 100% will give them nothing but credit. They did a fantastic job with the marketing.
They went
efforts.
too far when they had a ceiling come in on people.
Yeah, was that in Brazil?
That was not marketing.
But
what are the odds?
I actually heard it was Moose who brought this up on their podcast, but this is fascinating to me. Is like the combined budget of all the Final Destination movies up to this one was like right around 100 million, and it made close to 800 million worldwide. So like these movies are just pure profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just Rube Goldberg machines, like doing murder.
And who doesn't love Devon Sawa? I mean, hello. Seriously.
It's great. You guys ever watch any of you see the Chucky series ever?
Yes.
I've seen a handful of episodes, but not the whole thing.
He is a delight. Specifically, he does a very much like a Lemony Snicket, like Count Olaf every season. He's just a different character, no explanation.
Nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I love him. He's great. 10 out of 10.
Like we're going to have to bring you back on soon and do some kind of silly horror stream or something.
I saw a video the other day that was like, we had whatever, Hot Girl Summer, Brat Summer. What about Now and Then Summer? And I was like, listen, that is a reference made specifically for me. And I think me alone as the only person on planet Earth who has an absolute love for that film. Some of his best work. Good old Devin. But yeah, we're doing it, ladies and gents. We're having a Now and Then Summer. You know what I mean? Yes, Lego. Thank you for being the only other person on planet Earth who loves this movie.
I was going to say I thought it was Lego because we
Now and Then gets no credit.
Years back. I thought it was Lego who was the other one who I was like, there was somebody else.
Fun
right there.
fact, Now and Then is like kind of filmed locally. And like, no lie, y'all, I'm gonna have a Now and Then Summer, and I might go scout out some filming locations, see what I can find this summer.
Are you Paula Preston?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm doing it. Actually, I'm gonna start offering Now and Then tours. If you come to Southeast Georgia,
just
Now and Then tours.
There's a market to do that. Just one hyper specific film.
Yeah, 100%. Like people are like, we're here for. In the Garden of Good and Evil and Forrest Gump. And I'd be like, fuck that. We're here for Now and Then. That is what we are touring filming locations of today. Oh, look who's here. It is. Yes, Christina Ricci is in that movie. Her and Devon Sawa were just like.
And Casper.
We're It's a Jeff Alterman. Jeff with a J, though. Hello.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Are you the running late but with Starbucks meme? You're like running late, but I didn't have time to stop and get a cocktail.
But I have Jeff Alterman with me.
Aw, Jeff.
Mr.
Uh,
Yiff.
Sorry, I got held up in Philly.
With
Um,
Jeff.
Go Birds.
I'm Jeff.
Wawa. Go
No,
Birds.
Hang on. Yeah, Wawa. Yeah, I got help at a Wawa. Lady detained me.
Mm-hmm.
A lady kept asking me what flavor of Gatorade is best for you when you're pregnant, and I didn't know, but I still told her my opinion.
That's fair.
True
What-
story. Gator Light. I mean, it's low on sugar. I mean, it doesn't have no sugar, meaning it doesn't have all sorts of weird artificial additives, but it doesn't have, like 60, 70 grams of sugar. Meaning
I
it's
would
not.
have the blue one because you can mix the wine. You make the Gator
Yeah.
wine.
Make
Yeah.
the other one. I'm still sad
Oh,
that they
but she was-
continued my favorite
She was
flavor.
pregnant.
Okay,
Oh,
but
yeah,
like,
probably.
how pregnant was
That's
she
fair.
really?
Hmm.
You're allowed one glass of red wine a day as a pregnant person.
Yeah, but if you, but I mean, can you consume one glass of Gator wine and not consume 2 glasses of Gator wine?
That's true. You're right. Once you pop, you just don't stop with Gator wine. You're gonna
Yeah,
drink the whole
I-
bottle.
We need another.
That's
Gator.
why you save up those glasses for a couple of weeks, right? And just get them all done at once.
Yes, I think that's how it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gator wine.
Gator
Buck, have
wine.
you tried the Gator wine?
No,
Oh, you haven't lived, man.
Yeah, you're missing out.
I guess not. I guess not.
It's
Are
exactly what it
life.
sounds like.
out.
The Diamondbacks would have won the World Series by now. Come on, man.
If you would have done
Hey,
the Gator wine.
please do not bring up that team right now. I'm finally on the Bethany bandwagon of fuck Paul Skeens.
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Right!
That is great news.
Oh, great.
God,
news.
why
Well,
is he so mother freaking good? He whooped our ass today.
You know,
Wow.
it's really.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, here's the thing, Robert. We have a Florida Gator on the stream with us.
It's true.
So it's us.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it is ridiculous how good Skeens is. It's,
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Damn.
But like,
Also, it
suck.
doesn't help when the home plate umpire is giving him
Everything.
strikes. I'm like, oh, first of all, he's
Is he
impossible
getting
to
that
hit.
Mahomes treatment?
mhm.
Yeah, like he's just getting calls on pitches that aren't strikes, and you're like, what are you supposed to do?
Fuck that guy.
Like that's the one thing that you hope maybe he's a little no, he freaking got that today. So yeah, I've been in just like frustrated mood all day. So I was looking at some of the cast lists for the Final Destination movies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know how many of you watch Criminal Minds. I didn't realize that JJ was in the second one.
JJ, I've seen Criminal Minds. I'm not like a religious viewer.
She's the blonde one. So
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Oh, she's in the second one?
yeah,
I also did not realize that.
I was, and then I looked. I'm like, well, it's because it was released 22 years ago,
Wait,
2003. I'm like, oh my
probably.
lord,
Probably why we're not aware of it.
because
That's
I've
crazy.
watched
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of them, and I was trying to remember which one, and it was Final Destination 2. That's the
Mm.
only one that I've seen.
Is
Now-
3 the one with the logs?
I thought that was
2.
number 2.
Two is-
That
Yeah.
is true? Okay.
Yeah,
2
that's
is
the
logs.
one I've watched.
Okay.
Now I could watch all
Plain
5
vlog.
because they're on the website that Mike thankfully gave me access to,
Right.
so I could go watch
Welcome to the
all
site, Buck.
5.
Okay, so 2 is the logs. All right. Why did I think it was 3? What's 3? What's in 3?
It looks like it's the one at a theme park.
Oh, that's
Yes,
the
the
roller
roller
coaster
coaster.
one. Okay. Why did I think that was 4? I've like moved them all down in my mind. Okay. So 3 is roller coaster, 2 is logs. Okay. It's all slotting into place.
And 5 is the secret prequel.
So
Or is NASCAR.
one of the moments of like
Okay.
you know you're real good friends with somebody like
I don't know if I've seen 5.
yeah. But
Okay,
I said
5 has the.
Do I need to see 5?
I'm talking over. Sorry. I was just wanted to say real quick. 5 has the best death in the series because like it shows David Koechner getting covered in tar. like hot molten tar. It's so good. It's hilarious.
Okay.
He loves
Right on.
every second of it. It's so good. Sorry.
So you know those moments that you're like friends with somebody. I said Buck has since joined the movie site, and the first thing he looked up was Little Big League. I'm like, yes,
yeah.
we are.
I have been looking for it for the last few weeks because I kept seeing clips of it on TikTok. I'm like, I freaking love this movie.
Mhm.
That was the first thing I looked. I'm like, oh my god! Like, and then second one I looked up, Dogma. They had it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the. And I literally told Mike, I'm like, this is the best thing ever because I love Dogma. Oh my god, it's so great. Like, I hope they do end up having that sequel because I know that he said he was working on it. So we'll see. I love some of the absolutely outlandish ideas that he did in Dogma. Just what Alanis Morissette is God. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, every single time it cracks me up.
So we were talking about at work, like, who would you do for a cardinal now that Carlin has passed?
Right.
And I think the best answer that we came up with is Bob Odenkirk.
Okay.
I see that.
I think he could slot into a similar role, or Cranston, either or.
That's a really good question. I'm gonna think about that for a second. Who would be a good?
Just anyone from Breaking Bad.
Dogma.
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul. Jesse Plemons.
Yeah. Oh my God, Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons would be great.
I love Jesse Plemons.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito.
The boy.
RJ.
TJ or RJ or whatever.
Yeah. Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam. I'm getting more excited about The Naked Gun the closer.
I do think the trailer is quite funny. It is funny.
Those are 3 movies I got. I haven't watched any of them in a minute, but when I was younger, those 3 movies brought me endless amounts of joy. So I very much look forward to revisiting those before the new one comes out.
I don't think I can't recall the last time I've seen The Naked Gun, to be honest.
It's been a minute since I've watched any of them, but
I think it's been since my childhood.
Yeah.
The juice is loose.
The juice is loose.
I've only seen the first one.
You're very dark.
No, it's just in the dark. Yeah.
It's just feeling the vibes, setting
I was late.
the mood.
I'm in the dark.
Juice after dark.
I did turn the lamp on and then I turned it off.
I love the lamp.
Wow.
I like the vibe you're setting, to be honest. It's great.
You can see the lamp next week or in the past 5 years.
Wow.
That was a good one. That really tickled me. Oh, it doesn't take much. Oh, that was good, Juice. That was very good.
So y'all,
yes.
Saturday, Bethany is going to her first metal show.
Wait, so not just first Metallica, like first metal show ever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. In my life,
dude.
So everyone, wish me luck.
We're in the seats.
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna have fun. I'm there for all the reasons people aren't. I'm there for the fashion. I'm there to put together a cute outfit. I'm there to vibe to the few songs that I know. I keep telling Mike every time we see concert clips, these people are not there for the fashion. I was like, what are their concert looks? Like, what is this? Like, why? I was like, does no one care? And he's like, no one cares. And I was like, that's fair. Be comfortable. I get it. It's hot, rock on. But I'm here for, I honestly, don't tempt me with a good time. I would wear a Taylor Swift shirt. I am making friendship bracelets. And if I do get bold enough, I might try to give them out to the grisliest looking metalheads and be like,
oh, do it.
They'd love it.
I'm really tempted. So we'll see. But yeah, I better get my friendship bracelets. I got some cute charms. So yeah, it's a big moment.
So the very first metal band she's gonna see is Suicidal Tendencies because they're the opener of the show. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of our inspiration for our lower third today, although technically that's the cover, one of their songs.
So is it, I know AJ knows this. Juice, have you ever?
We got to experience it with AJ.
Yes. Juice, are you familiar with the band Body Count? I doubt Buck does.
No.
Okay,
no,
Body Count is Ice-T, his metal band.
Fuck yeah. That's great.
Yes.
Oh,
100%. That is a 100%
has a metal
true
band.
thing that exists. And they did a cover of "Institutionalized" by Suicidal Tendencies, but he did change all the lyrics, but it's like the same chorus. It's a tribute to Suicidal, but he modernized the lyrics and made it to him. And he's just talking about that all he wants to do is sit down and play Xbox. And his wife comes in nagging him and says that Oprah says people who play video games don't love their wives. He just screams, "Fuck Oprah!"
My favorite line in any song. He's like, and I'm like, "Fuck Oprah," and I just like literally, if I'm in a bad mood. Okay, so literally after the episode 6 of The Last of Us, if you know, you know, I come down. I'm still boohoo crying. Okay, like I have been through an emotional journey. And Mike's like, I'm watching Body Count. And I was like, fuck Oprah. And it made me feel better.
Nice.
Saying,
Awesome.
fuck Oprah can literally bring joy to me. But
Yes.
it's my favorite lyric in any music, in any song of all time. I was like, how iconic of Ice-T.
it's a good lyric.
So Body Count, though, like before we switch topics, is like a very hardcore metal band. Like, and the story behind it is actually like one of the most heartwarming things you'll ever learn. Obviously, Ice-T was in Compton, and one of his friends played guitar and was like obsessed with Jimi Hendrix, and nobody else played metal. Like they weren't into rock. It's all Compton. It's mostly rap and hip hop kind of stuff. And
Made a stereotype. I'm just kidding.
I mean, he'll say that if you hear the story.
Wait. Kevin Costner's Compton, California?
Yeah, one and the same.
Straight out.
Sorry, I had to do it.
So anyway, he's just like, "Fuck it, man. You wanted to make a band? I'll make a band with you." It's like, so Ice-T, just to be cool to his friend, started a metal band. Like,
how delightful. And now look at him singing songs about Oprah.
Fuck Oprah.
Fuck Oprah.
They have a song called "Talk Shit, Get Shot." It's fantastic.
Fuck, I'm telling you, I really need you to look up this song. Okay, it'll change your life.
When we go off the air, we'll pull it up so we don't get the copyright strike, but we'll pull it up and listen to it together.
Yeah, that's great.
Smart idea.
Yeah, we have a lot of copyright strikes. We actually did our one episode that got banned somehow came back. Like it's in the archive. We can watch it again, even though it did get completely pulled. That was when AJ decided to play a Maroon 5 music video.
Worth it. Worth it.
I can't even remember my line of logic with that.
I know. It was something about like speaking of Spider-Man. Like what was
you were trying to make a gag.
Yeah. How did we get from point A to point
So
B?
And none of us got it.
It was No Way Home, and I played Won't Go Home Without You.
Yes, and we got a copyright strike.
That tune got pulled the next day.
Worth it.
We reacted to the trailer. It was the Won't Go Home Without You music video. That's what it was.
We had Ty Lieberman like yelling at us, "You're gonna get pulled off the air immediately," and he was pretty close.
We did in fact get pulled. That's I can't remember my line of logic. That's such an AJ thing to say. Yeah, it's great.
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah.
Put on a
Send
shirt.
it to the internet.
We will have shirts. We've been working on shirts long time coming.
We have shirt people.
We have
Check out our
people.
Teespring. Link in the description.
TeePublic.
Yep.
.com/whattheshow.
We should just jokingly put up a design on TeePublic. I don't think it costs anything to make the account. Just throw a T-shirt design up there and see if somebody happens to buy it. Like not even advertising. Put it up there.
I think I almost did that like 4 years ago.
Yeah, just put it on there. We're not even gonna
Just
advertise or anything. Just see if somebody happens to buy it.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Never
like,
mention
yeah.
when it goes up.
Robert's ready to buy it.
I also agree that those flies are varmints and they're getting into my
Get
bourbon.
off my whiskey, you varmint.
Yeah, get off my bourbon, you
Oh, yeah, my
varmints.
bourbon.
Yeah.
It was bourbon. Okay.
I forgot my line of
Bartender.
logic
I
now.
created the shirt.
Thank you, sir.
We didn't
Yeah. Juice has shirt people. He's kind of a big deal.
I get my shirt people. Yeah.
He knows things. He knows people. What is happening with my phone? It's losing it. Anyways,
Yeah.
where were we?
We were just talking about Dog Ma. Dog Ma, Dog Mom, Night Bitch.
Night Bitch. It
Great
always comes back to Night Bitch. Y'all want to know something crazy? Things always coming back to. Today I opened our What the Show group chat, and out of nowhere, for some reason, it tells me that we have a pinned message. I didn't know someone pinned a message. Oh, Mike pinned a message. So I go, you pinned a message? And he's like, I don't recall doing this. He probably wouldn't because it's from January of 2023. This has never shown up in my group chat before. Today, I can't get rid of it. Every time I go in, it lets me know about this pinned message. In case you're wondering, it's nothing can kill the grimace is the pinned message. So I
really? You have to... Mike, I hate you so much.
This is literally, and I'm not making this up. This was sent January 21st, 2023 at 12:28 p.m. And for some odd reason, I keep getting it now.
Fuck Grimace. Fuck Grimace. Fuck Grimace. Fuck Grimace.
Bear is driving.
This is 2023. This is before the Mets happened.
I know. It doesn't matter. Anytime I hear the word Grimace, I freaking crash out, bro.
Grimace is my whole. I still say if the Mets somehow pull it off, I will happily go get a Grimace tattoo.
Not the way Juan Soto's hitting right now. You're not going.
Well, yeah,
we are gonna have to go see the Karate Kid.
Well, so the Karate Kid Legends, by the way, is PLD's movie. So take that how you like it. If you want to see it,
would you like to support it, or would you like to watch it on the site?
Support PLD or no?
I don't think PLD's getting
never support PLD. So
everyone that's listening, How to Train Your Dragon, June 13th. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Do I even want to?
I don't even remember what mine was. All I know is that it's
28 years later.
Oh wait, yeah, some ridiculous movie. It's not going to do well.
I dunked on Buck so hard. That one.
Here's my one complaint about. I haven't seen the movie yet. It hasn't come out yet. Here's my complaint about 28 years later. I don't know how you went from 28 weeks to months to years. Or no, sorry, days to weeks to years. I messed that all up. We skipped over months, and I'm bitter about it. I was like, hello, in chronological order of the sequel, where's 28 months? I'm just saying. Your move, Danny Boyle. Your move.
I was going to ask Buck a question, too. Buck, if you, I know you were aware of the Savannah Bananas. Have you ever seen what happens when they go to extra innings?
No. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's why we actually were at a game where it happened. It's
we finally got to witness it.
All baseball games need to do this. So
it's honestly fantastic.
It's one out per. So basically, it's one batter goes up for each team, and they go until one of them scores and one of them doesn't. It starts out in the first extra inning with a pitcher, a fielder, and a catcher. If they tie, then it's just the pitcher and the catcher against the batter.
Yeah.
Wait, so you could just have someone either in the infield and they hit a fly ball, or, dude, that's crazy.
It's fantastic.
That's
awesome.
Like,
this is
that's
wild.
Than the current version of.
I really think this is
agree.
I hate 100% agree. Man. It's so freaking stupid, bro.
It was crazy. Like we were watching. I think we went into 3 overtimes.
Yeah.
3 extra innings. So the team that were playing, the Party Animals, actually started their shortstop went into the bullpen to start warming up because they want the most athletic player to do this. So the shortstop actually was, if they had gone another inning, I think was going to go out and pitch, which would have been wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really fun. And so, like, every time you go to a game, they explain the rules of banana ball because obviously, like, it could be someone's first game, or again, this is a refresher because they're like crazy rules. So you hear this explained every game, but we've never seen it happen. I was like, I would like really want to go in extra innings because we've never seen it happen. And then yes, the 4th was with us on May the 4th. It finally happened. I was like, oh my God, it's tied. We get to go to extra innings. We finally get to actually like see it in person. And it's so funny. Like I don't know. It's crazy.
Like a strikeout's the most boring thing that can happen. And one of them did strike out, if I remember correct. And then the game ended like the Party Animals won the game. Basically what probably would have been like a double. It was a hit to right field down the line. It would have been, I don't think it would have gotten caught where it was, but the pitcher had to sprint out there and try to throw him out at home. And he didn't even come close.
That's hilarious.
And honestly, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's like that's the kind of thing that there's a couple rules. My longtime buddy Kyle was with us, and he's like, we're explaining the rules to him, and he's listening to it. He's like, one of his buddies is like the biggest sports purist you'll ever meet. He's like, he would be losing his fucking mind.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine a baseball purist trying to watch that.
Yeah, it would not end well. He would get so frustrated.
Like a foul ball being caught is an out. Like if you hit a foul ball into the stands and the fan catches it, that's an out. Like that's one of the rules.
I like the runs instead of a walk. That's one of my favorite ones. So every person has to basically, so if you're like walking a player, if a player gets walked instead of walked, it's basically every player has to touch the ball. And so they get to see how many bases
the batter can run
makes, which usually it's like they make it to second base.
It's usually a double.
Yep. So all 9 players, all 9 fielders have to touch the ball before the walk is over. So the runner gets to take as many bases as they can before all 9 players touch the ball. It's
just so much more fun than just being walked. We love that.
Juice, you would definitely go to this game and be like,
"Oh yeah,
this is what baseball's supposed to be."
I would. I'm a baseball purist as much as the next guy, but I would absolutely enjoy and just completely.
My mom's favorite rule is no bunting, and the direct quote is because bunting is dumb. And my mom absolutely hates when players this is like, and nothing irks her more for some odd reason in baseball. And I was like, there's a rule. I think it's rule 7 is the bunting one. And I was like, there's a rule you're really gonna love, Mom.
Yeah. Then watch. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She does not like.
That's
my mom does not like anything about. For someone who, for years she didn't like baseball. And she's finally kind of come around to baseball a little bit. But she doesn't like anything about baseball that makes it baseball. Like anything that's like strategy. Or like anything like that, she cannot stand. And she'll be like, well, why? And I'm like, it's just cause. It's because it's been the rules. I was like, that's what makes it interesting. Like a pitcher's battle, she can't stand it. Like she hates a defensive game. Like she just wants to see dingers.
Yeah.
Or do you want to see me hit dingers? That's what she wants.
We gotta get Juice the access.
And there we go.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened.
Maybe suck a few dingers. That's what my mom wants to see. I, on the other hand, love a pitching battle. Like
I'm pitcher.
Eat
Zach
that
Greinke.
up.
Zach Greinke.
That's my jam. But like my mom would rather watch paint dry than like watch like a pitching battle game. Like she hates that. And I was like, but this is the beauty of baseball.
And Zach Greinke was a Diamondback for a little bit.
It wasn't just a little bit. It was several years.
Zach Greinke, who somehow got eliminated in the chaotic neutral bracket, but then wound up going automatically to the Hall of Fame.
And suddenly, really started blowing up online because of the whole like autism comment, and people are like, "But have you ever seen?" And I was like, look at that man. He's fantastic.
Don't trust people who own cats.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
Do you own any cats? Yeah.
I love him. Fantastic.
So do you have a dog? No, I've got a cat though.
No,
I've got a cat. He's right though. You shouldn't trust him. Definitely right. But yeah. Good stuff.
Our dog is apparently trying to nest into the beanbag chair.
So. You gotta get it just so, you know? I respect it. Look at her go. Look at her go. Who's excited for the new season of quarterback?
So are they doing a different position?
It's quarterback.
It's quarterback.
If you watch the teaser, they tease that it's punter. And then they go back and they say,
well, they teased that it was mascots.
Mascots, that's right.
Yeah, they teased that it was mascots, which honestly, I'd mother effing watch. It was funny. And I was like, honestly, that could be really interesting. And then they're like, no, we're not doing that. Where it's back to quarterback, which I understand why it's back to quarterback, but also I would be interested in seeing another position. I don't know what they
But
want to do.
one of them is Cousins, so we're going to see the
We
whole
get
benching.
the return of Kirky. My boy Jared Goff is on it, so I'm very excited about that. And then unfortunately, because I had two people I liked, the world had to screw me over and give me Joe Burrow. But it's fine. And what I'm most worried about is that I might actually end up liking him by the end of this season.
I've heard he's actually a pretty chill dude.
I refuse. My hatred for you will remain, Joe Burrow.
Well, and then there's the whole thing about like that this was like this past year his house got robbed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
While he was at a game. So
yeah.
It will be some cool stuff.
We'll see. I feel
Crazy
like the
stuff.
cousin stuff is gonna make me kind of sad because he's gonna be benched. I don't know. But hopefully we'll get
Well, then maybe he shouldn't play like shit.
Listen, but don't speak about him in that way.
So
You're right,
who do we
but-
think hates Joey B more? Bethany or Chance?
It's hard to say. I feel
It's
like
the one thing you agree on.
I know it's like the one thing we agree on. It's so weird.
The
we
one
don't
thing
agree
we
on
got.
But
I
yeah, the one thing we
don't
got
think
is our
Bethany
history for
crashes
Gilbert.
out as bad as Chance. Like Chance,
That's
it's
true.
like he
He really
personally
crashes out
hurt
over
him.
it.
I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to keep it in because
You can move on.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer on. I mean, obviously, I hate Paul Skeens, I hate Joe, but I'm a firm believer on focusing on the things you like instead of the things that you hate. You don't need that negativity in your life. So yeah, we
Except the
focus.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Fuck that team.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yes. They don't even have a starting quarterback yet.
Mason
do that.
Rudolph at the moment.
No, that's not a starting quarterback.
I just want to see him get his own helmet hit thrown at him.
So
I saw somebody tweet out Robert Woods footage of like, and it was like Robert Woods highlights for the Steelers. Like, guys, they're tweeting out Robert Woods. We're cooked.
we're cooked.
Bobby Tree's footage on ATAs? No way.
So I'm the type of person who I'm not someone who goes into every season thinking like my team's going all the way, blah blah. Like I'm a realistic person. And if you're a true fan, obviously you're gonna love your team. The good, the bad, whatever. I was saying I didn't sign up to be a Detroit Lions fan for the glory. Like I knew what I was getting into. We're very fortunate that we've had obviously some good seasons. Obviously I'm hoping for a good season this year. But anyways, I spent one entire evening. One of Mike's dearest friends, who was the best man in our wedding, absolute legend of a human being. He's a great guy. But he's also a lawyer. He went to school for law and he loves an argument. And so we spent an entire evening arguing, but we weren't even arguing. I was like agreeing with him, but like I wasn't agreeing with him the way he wanted me to because lawyer brain about Jared Goff and his skills. Cause I was like, I don't think he's the best quarterback in the league. Like I'm not saying he is, I'm not inflating his talent. I like him. I think he's our quarterback. I wouldn't want anyone else at QB, but I agree that he's not the best quarterback in the league. I understand his limitations, yada, yada, yada. Anywho, he went on this whole thing about mediocrity, blah, blah, whatever. When was the last time a mediocre quarterback won the Super Bowl, blah, blah. And I was like, I've never wanted to win the Super Bowl more just so I can text him and be like, mother effing this year. like in your face. He did it. And again, I'm not the type of person who usually, is like that, whatever. I understand. Like I said, whatever. But like, he's my QB. I'm like, I'm not going to shit on him either. I don't think he's God's gift to football. I do think that he gets really good consistent fantasy points. # just saying. But you didn't hear it from me.
With the number 2 pick in the What the Show fantasy football draft.
Listen,
Nick
I just
Foles?
the way
Nick Foles is the answer, by the way. Yes, AJ.
The way I play fantasy is this, okay? And this is when I started having fun with it. Because back in the day, I was like worried about what people would think, and I was like looking at the stats and da 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 da. And now I just play with my heart. And you know what? I just want to root for people week to week.
There's a direct correlation
And
to the Lions doing good.
yeah. And also a correlation of me doing good in fantasy. And I'm not mad about it. And hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna keep drafting the Detroit Lions. Congrats to anyone who's playing me in week 8 because you will probably win because half of my team's gonna be on bye.
I haven't made the schedule yet.
And it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Don't even. Mike's gonna play me in week 8. Actually, I think last week our bye week was week 5, and I think I did actually win that game. And I was so surprised because I thought I was.
I
gonna
think that
lose.
might have been one of those like crazy 6
yeah,
teams around.
like a lot of people or something.
I'll be back.
Something crazy was happening.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. But yeah, like, do you have fun? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I'm not sure
you know
what my expectations are for my team this year. Like, I don't want last year I had expectations, and then they did the same thing that they always do in November and December and play like trash. But like, they had a really good year with a really good offseason on the defensive side, and Marvin Harrison Jr. like. Everyone made it seem like he's a bust already. I'm like, y'all, he still had 900 yards out of a rookie. You're gonna take I'm completely okay with that. But like everyone probably was like, oh, it's not Jamar Chase level. It's not JJ level. Those are the exception, not the rule. So for me, also, I hate our offensive coordinator. Does not know how to use him. So, but hopefully that changes. But I
was
don't
an Ohio
want...
State fan that didn't like the talent profile. Say
Well, you don't like Ohio State. I'm shocked, AJ.
no, I'm an Ohio State fan who didn't like his talent profile.
I thought you were a Cornhuskers fan.
My brother and his wife both went to Ohio State, man.
Oh,
yeah. So like I said, I'll pull for the Buckeyes whenever possible. I just he didn't vibe with me for some reason. I thought like Igbuka's my guy, and of course Jeremiah Smith is now. But I've been saying Igbuka's guy for 3 years.
Jeremiah Smith is special. Like that's a really good player.
How does Ohio State keep doing this with the wide receivers?
I know.
Because the name, and they can literally any high school player, if you're being contacted by Ohio State, they don't have to recruit that hard. That's true. Especially if they're from the state of Ohio. Most of them want to go there anyway. So you don't have to recruit that hard. But
do y'all remember this draft when the Detroit Lions tested my loyalty and drafted the entirety of Georgia's football team? And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? But it's fine. I've moved past it. They're Lions now. We like them. It's fine. It's all fine.
To be honest, also, I love how the Cardinals literally just draft Ohio State players. It makes me laugh. Also, they got the steal of the draft in Will Johnson. If he's healthy, he is a top 5 corner. So,
like I said, that the Jets had that same thing happen a few years ago. So, is he going to become Bryce Hall? Is the question. Because Bryce Hall, remember, was also supposed to be, the be all end all. Then he gets hurt and never amounted to the pros. You never know.
Right now, I'm going to be right back.
Oh my god!
No. What?
What?
This year's draft was for me as a Jets fan. It was happily not exciting because they went for trenches players on both sides of the ball. I'm like, they didn't do anything flashy, but for a team attempting to do what they want to do right now with the new head coach, that's probably the best thing they could have done. Don't get a diva. Don't get it. Just get players who are going to plug in, play, and hopefully work out. I'm not expecting anything big out of the Jets this year, but that's the kind of way you build a foundation. So I can't really object to what they did. I think Membu's going to be a pretty solid player, and Mason Taylor should, from what I've seen of him, I think that was a solid second round pick too. So I'm not really complaining whatsoever about what they did.
Tell Aaron Glenn that I miss him. I wish for his success. Not so much for you, Ben Johnson. Sorry about that. You seem like a real swell guy.
Do the Cardinals have any kind of off-season program? They do, like the Jets have one Jets drive that they make themselves, kind of like their own version of Hard Knocks. That they added together.
Yes, they do. I don't remember the name, but yeah, it's something that they post to their YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Damn straight.
That's pretty good. I don't remember the name though.
So that, like, the Jets always do one around the draft, and they kind of show the behind the scenes process. They don't show everything, but they show a lot what's going on, especially when it comes to their pick.
Sometimes it's best if you don't show everything. Looking at you,
looking at you, the Giants. But like you do get to see, like 2 years ago when the Jets had their really good draft, the one where they got Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Jermaine Johnson in the first round. They showed the footage of them frantically calling every team, trying to trade back up to get Johnson, which was fascinating to watch. Like, that's the kind of stuff you just don't really get to see often, but it was pretty cool to watch. Like, you literally see him calling every team from pick 16 to when they got the trade to go through, which I think was 23, literally calling every single team and getting told no.
You got to try.
True. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right, bum juice?
All that jazz.
Very right.
Bum juice. What is the cocktail of choice tonight, Juice?
Oh man, what was in this thing? Gin, club soda, maybe like a dash of bitters.
Okay.
Maybe like a splash of lemon juice.
I see.
Nice.
But mostly a gin and soda
Gin
with some elevated flavors.
Sipping on gin and juice.
Laid back.
Mind of money in my mind.
Yep. I've been like Mike was saying in our chat, he's very overworked. I'm not, it's not that I'm overworked. I'm over work plus there's other things. Like I'm done. I got nothing mentally to offer.
Yeah,
I
can talk about
burning candles at both ends, and
I'm here.
Yeah.
We can talk about David Wright.
I had 4 nights where I slept.
That's about it.
I had 4 nights where I slept for less than 4 hours, and then I had 3 nights where I slept more than 12.
Well, you gotta catch up. It's all about balance. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Today was my first full day off in a full week, and I didn't set an alarm, and I slept till 11 o'clock this morning, and it was delightful.
On the contrary, I worked almost 11 and a half hours today, but I'm glad you enjoyed your day off. I was kidding. I had 4 days off in a row, so I can't complain. I'm gonna, but oh, you know what? I'm just out here saving teeth, one tooth at a time. I don't know.
1 tooth at a time.
There's piles of teeth.
Piles of teeth. We love teeth. They're great. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. What are days off? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, days off have become few and far between for me.
We are gonna have a fun weekend now. Again, my first metal concert. Then we're going to Carowinds. We've never been to Carowinds. We're very excited about that.
Fury 325. It's a over 300-foot drop roller coaster. I'm excited.
Yeah, we get to hang out with some friends so we don't get to see very often anymore. So it's gonna be great. Nice. I mean, we have our Florida friends coming up, and our friends that we knew from Florida that live in Maryland coming down. So it's like a 3-state merging into. We're all just gonna party in North Carolina.
This is wild. So I know AJ and Juice are aware of this, but Buck, like, to go over, like in Florida, the theme park tickets, like to go to a theme park during the day, usually costs in the neighborhood anywhere between $125 to $200 for a 1-day ticket. So that's like kind of what we're used to for pricing wise.
Yeah,
and
I'm used to that like crazy.
So we looked at the tickets for here. To get in is $49. To get in and have all day dining is $69.
You can eat every 90 minutes.
Every 90 minutes you can go get a meal.
Let's go. Whoa! I was like, this
Whoa.
is crazy. Is this how the other half live? Like, what a deal! What a bargain!
Okay, but did they still make you wait 60 minutes before you get back in the pool? Because then, like, your time,
Good
you have to time very
question.
carefully.
A very 60. Nice, yeah. We also appreciated that.
The only thing I did look, we do have to buy a drink. It's just the food that's included. So if we want a soda or something, we have to buy that.
Oh well.
But
Scott, we'll manage. I think.
I think
I don't get a beverage with this.
Inconceivable.
May I talk to your manager? Let me tell you about the greatest theme park in the entire world. It's not actually, because like shady practices probably. But let me tell you about SeaWorld.
Ooh,
At SeaWorld, okay, the only reason we went is because we used to get in for free. As Universal employees, we would
there's a
get into SeaWorld for
partnership between
free.
the two of them, yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
So anywho, we would go for free, so I wasn't spending any money. But anyways, we would go, and you're like, we might like have a snack, or you might like have a drink at SeaWorld. At SeaWorld, there's no rules because they're so happy that you're there because, again, obviously people have been protesting them for years because of, again, very valid reasons. But literally one time we went to go like basically see a show. And so I was like, I'm going to get a Shamu bar because like that's like the classic thing to get. I walk up ready to pay, and this little like teenager is like, for you for free. And I was like, no, like I have money, like I can pay. And he's like, take it. And I was like, I'm not going to fight you on it twice. And they just like, that's the kind of stuff that would happen at SeaWorld. Like they would just give you things for free.
Yeah. SeaWorld, like a lot of times would be like, if you stop by a certain stand, they literally would give you a free
SeaWorld
beer.
is still somehow a thing. Yes.
Yeah. And I literally went,
Somehow.
I was like, free beer. And they're like, here it is. And you're supposed to get like a wristband or something saying that you got it. And I'd go back, I have the wristband on. I'd like a free beer. You got it. Like,
they also had a crazy, so like every theme park does like something for the holidays, right? Like for the Christmas time. And you know, like Disney, they do the candlelight processional, and it's the story, you know, of Jesus's birth, and it's like a famous celebrity and a choir sings this beautiful songs, and it's like, you know, very top notch. Universal does like Grinchmas, Meet Santa, the Macy's parade, like again, very top notch. SeaWorld's best Christmas show in all of Orlando did a show called A Wondrous Night, which was supposed to be, again, kind of the story of Jesus's birth, Bethlehem, all that jazz. Oh, but wait. Oh, God. Cheesy puns, live animals. They're bringing in the camels. They're bringing in the goats in the theater. It's the wildest thing you'll ever see. And it was quality. Again, would I pay to go see it? No, probably not. But if I was getting in for free, I was like, yeah, we going.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, A Wondrous Night. I miss you. What a time. It was great. It was so great. They make this like terrible, like, this, you know, they talk about like the angels descending, and they're like, angels, Charlie's angels. Like, I'm telling you, the jokes are so bad. So bad. But it's so good.
And one of my favorite parts at SeaWorld, like they still have the orcas. They don't do the show quite the way they used to, but
Yeah.
there is one orca that is there that
Trua.
does not like
Trua, you
shit.
legend.
This orca, like they let him into the main part of it where he does his stuff, and they reward them if they do their tricks and stuff like that. And then like he's supposed to go back to like the backstage area, like the big pool where they have like their free swim, and he's like, nah, I'm staying out here.
Yeah.
It's just
And like stop the whole show.
Derail the show.
And then like the little trainer had to be like, and sometimes, you know, the whales just don't want to do, and we just have to, it's, you know, it's their world and we're just living in it. And you could tell they're like stressing. They're like, Trua, you little shit, get back. We'll give you as many sardines as you want. Just get back where you're supposed to go. And Trua was like, nah, I'm good. And I loved him for that. I was like, this is my favorite whale. I love him forever. I was like, you do you, Trua. Yeah, he's great. I hope he's still doing well. But yeah, it's crazy. It's also crazy, like obviously during, I don't know how this turned into a whole like SeaWorld rant, but during the pandemic, like obviously like no one was going, and this is true for Animal Kingdom as well. So, you know, obviously like most theme park employees were not working, you know, because again, like the parks are closed, whatever. But like you have all of these animals to take care of. So all of these people had to like go and take care of these animals and, you know, whatever. But we were joking around, like all the animals that like are on like the safari in Animal Kingdom, or like the whales that are usually, or like the dolphins that are out there flippity flipping at SeaWorld. We're like, do you think that like they were confused, or like people were usually cheering our name? What happened? And then like when the parks reopened, they're like, we're back, baby. Like we made this whole like showbiz skit in our minds about these animals, where they were like, we're the people, they're here for us again.
Like the darkest Madagascar sequel.
Yes, basically.
I got two. We're on SeaWorld. I'm going to keep it going.
So, keep it going.
So this right here is a 20-ounce, quite heavy beer stein.
It is very heavy.
They literally one summer had a deal. I think it started in April and it worked for the rest of the year. So for like 8 months, you spent, I think it was like $75 to get this mug.
Yes. I can't stress how much SeaWorld wanted people in their
You literally could take this 20-ounce mug. You got it in a locker. So you went in and you checked it out every time you went there. And for, I think it was $4 fills, could fill it with anything throughout the rest of the year. So I'm
straight rum.
It was beers, but
yes. But he was getting IPAs.
I was getting triple IPAs, which they were selling for like $12 each, and I'm getting them for $4. I'm getting like 4 or 5 triple IPAs for like spending like $12 to $15 getting these triple IPAs at SeaWorld, and you could go back as many times as you wanted. They forgot about the program at one point, and I go to check it out, and they're like, "Oh, I think we still have that," and then they gave it to me.
That's awesome.
Is the wild, wild west of like Orlando theme parks. Like I cannot stress enough. It's crazy.
But even before that, they have this, there's an area of the park that's themed to sharks, and they literally have a bar there. I think it's the Shark Restaurant. I forget what it's called, but
yeah,
it's just called the bar. I think it's just called the Shark Bar, and I'm just sitting there. It's just me and the bartender one day because it's dead at SeaWorld as it normally was during the week, and I'm having a beer and something. I'm waiting for my friends to get there, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll let you go." He's like, "No, please don't leave," and he just pours another beer. He's like, "Here, this is on me." Just like hands me a beer to say.
They're very strong, basically. Nasty as all get out, but very strong. The alcohol content is strong.
So just for reference, like a standard, like a Budweiser is like 4 or 5% alcohol. A triple IPA is about like 10.
Yeah. So you're like, you can get, yeah.
Yeah.
On
They're very
4th
bitter.
of July,
They're very full flavored, but they're very,
very
bitter.
Usually they cut it with like a citrus flavor. So
yes, usually like there's a like we have like my restaurant has a hazy IPA on tap that literally is just tastes tropical, like not bitter.
Yeah, that's like a
still
big
technically
thing, I feel like. On 4th of July, you could go, if you were a pass holder, you could get a free Bud Light. We were not a pass holder. We had a friend who was a pass holder, and we were just waiting with her in line because she was like, she didn't drink beer, but she was like, oh, Michael, drink it. Like, it's free beer, you know? So she goes, we were standing with her in line, and they're like, do you want one? And we're like, we're not pass holder. Again, like, you would be honest to these people, and they'd be like, yeah, but you're here. And so they just gave us 3 Bud Lights for free. I was
triple fisting.
Yeah, and me and my friend were like, we don't want it. And so we're like, Mike, here you go. And he got like 3 free beers. I was like, what is SeaWorld? Like, what is it? Like, I'm telling you, they were so happy to see a living person that they were just like, do you want free things?
My biggest regret of all time of a theme park piece of merchandise that I did not buy. I really wish SeaWorld sold fucking Thanksgiving shirts.
Wild. Wild. That's the extreme.
Happy Thanksgiving shirts. I've never seen that anywhere before.
Yeah, no other theme park is selling Thanksgiving
I'm so mad at myself for not buying that. I would have wore it on every stream.
What an icon. It was just such. Also, in case anyone's wondering, again. So we went to SeaWorld for 4th of July because we live right down the road from it. Like literally, our old apartment was like 2 minutes down the road. We get in for free. They're gonna do fireworks because every theme park does a firework display. And SeaWorld's gonna be busy, but it's not as busy as going to Disney World, right? So we're like, we get in for free. Let's go. So we go. Mike's triple fisting, Bud Lights. This is how SeaWorld's going to SeaWorld. This is how they end their 4th of July fireworks spectacular with Celine Dion, a French Canadian, is how we end the fireworks spectacular. And I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced, honestly. So yeah, nothing says America like a wonderful French Canadian woman. You know what I mean?
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.